In 753, the census of China recorded the population to be 52,900,000, but 11 years later, in the census of 764, China recorded the census to be 16,900,000. But why? What could be so catastrophic to cause 36 million deaths of innocent women, of young children, and of men? The answer? The Lushan Rebellion. It all began when Lushan defended the northeastern border from the Khitan. With this responsibility, Lushan, from time to time, was summoned to Shanghai, the Tang dynasty's capital. He managed to get the Grand Chancellor Li Fu and Emperor Shenzong to like him. This allowed Lushan to get much military power in the northeast of China, and he became the military commissioner of the regions Pinglu, Fanyan, and Hebei. Unfortunately, in 752, Li Fu died, and Yang Zhuzong became Grand Chancellor. 3 years later, in 755, disaster struck. Yang Zhuzong, being Chancellor, precipitated a rebellion because Lushan detested Yang Zhuzong. Yang Zhuzong was the rival of previous Chancellor Li Fu. Li Fu and Lushan were homages. Li Fu treated Lushan like his son, and Lushan could never accept Yang Zhuzong as Chancellor. Anyways, Lushan began to take over land, and within a few months he conquered the Yellow River Plain, the city of Longyang, and was soon about to enter the capital region. With Lushan acquiring everything in his path, like a beast, Emperor Zhongzong assassinated General Shakin and Zhao Xiangdi and put in new generals. Yang Zhuzong then tried to run away to Sichuan, but was brutally assassinated by rebel troops. These rebel troops also forced Yang Guifei, one of the most hottest and beautiful concubines in Chinese history, to hang herself. Meanwhile, the son of Emperor Zhongzong, Li Heng, usurping his father's throne, fled to the northeast and proclaimed himself emperor. Furthermore, by 755, Lushan also proclaimed himself emperor of the newly established Yan dynasty. But many of his people did not like this Yan dynasty. In the east, Lushan lost large territories because magistrates and military units of the local administration did not submit to him. Even his son, the Turkish Uyghur troops, and the garrisons from the western territories thought that Lushan was paranoid and dangerous. Okay, so this is when the real drama comes in. An Xingxu, the son of Lushan, killed his own father in 757 to become the second emperor of the Yan dynasty. An Xingnu then united his forces with Shi Siming, a childhood friend of Lushan. As time progressed, Shi Siming began to disobey all the orders given by the current emperor of Yan. Then, in 759, after being advised by his assistant Zheng Renzi to overthrow Lushan, Shi Siming assassinated Lushan and became the third Yan emperor in 4 years. With Shi Siming in power, he gave his eldest son, Song Shaoxing, the position of the Prince of He. The thing is, this son was expecting to become the crown prince, but Shi Siming's wife's son became the crown prince. Angered, the same scenario occurred, as Shi Shaoxing killed his own father in 761 and became the fourth and final Yan emperor. This was shortly lived, and the Tang Empire defeated the Yan in 762. The Tang dynasty was then reinstated. The Lushan rebellion did not only cause a great death toll, but the central government lost much control over territory that was now being governed by military commissioners. For example, these military commissioners collected taxes from the people for themselves, and not for the Tang Empire. Also, the economy became damaged, especially in northern China. People were uprooted from their homes, owned no land, and became very poor. Because of this, many peasants tried to escape taxes by doing anything they can. One of the main ways they did this was by working as non-tax liable tenant farmers for the large landowner. This and the selfishness of the military commissioners made tax reform inevitable. Finally, from the distraction of the rebellion, western regions were lost to the Tibetans and to the Uyghurs. In all, The Lushan rebellion was short-lived for 7 years, but in those 7 years, much drama occurred, and much changed from the power-grabbing Yuan Empire for the rest of Chinese history.